When you are going through life and you feel lost with your finances, it hurts. Living in a scarcity life pattern can really tear a person down and hold them back. So I'm going to break down the wealth formula that I have used to disrupt these patterns once and for all if you choose to follow them. This formula is used by millionaires and billionaires and is Solomon's 4-step system and 3-part strategy that you can use today. Stick with me for 10 minutes to break free forever. I used to think poverty was a curse on my family. Turns out it was habits we kept repeating. I am here to show you that what seems like a generational curse is passed down behavior, encoded wiring of your psyche, and it can stop with you. You can be the next or first millionaire of your family. So lock in. Wealth is not only the production of assets, but the stewardship of them. The man or woman you must become first takes complete inventory of all your income and the expenses going out. Go through your last month purchases, every takeout meal, every impulse buy, every forgotten fee, and find the bleeding. Stop it cold or reduce it heavily. Learn how to make your own coffee or choose one streaming service, not 6. Make critical changes to your everyday spending. Cut the loose ends now. In those recurring subscriptions that drain your wallet, trust me, where we're going, you won't have time for them anyway. After you've cleaned this up, grab a whiteboard, sticky note, or whatever canvas calls to you and write down your plans for your life. Great wealth isn't stumbled upon. It's architected with intention, brick by brick, like Solomon building his temple. Here's a 3-part strategy to forge the unbreakable you. First, we focus on purpose. You want to think about how can you wield the skills and talents you already possess to summon more wealth. This isn't a sprint. It's a 3 to 5 year odyssey of calculated growth. Map it out like a chess master plotting his next move ahead, and you'll win. Dive into timeless wisdom. Find books that reshape your mind into wealth magnets. Start with Your Next 5 Moves by Patrick Bet-David to strategize your ascent. The Richest Man in Babylon, my favorite for parables on saving and investing that echo Solomon's Proverbs. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, at least to harness the desire and persistence in a Rich and Poor Dad, which we all should have already read, that shatters myths about money and assets. And then you can't forget The Millionaire Next Door. Learn the quiet habits of everyday millionaires and principles by Ray Dalio for life and work rules that turn chaos into compounding fortune. Pencil in each week a minimum of 4 hours for reading or listening to an audiobook to educate yourself. Treat it like a sacred appointment with your future self. Layer on another 5 to 10 hours of mentorship via YouTube or invest in a paid mentor so you can accelerate this path. This version of yourself doesn't manifest overnight. It's sculpted over time like a diamond under intense pressure. But guys, these are not just steps. These are steps that cause a transformation, and transformations can and do hurt. Reading and mentorships will not do it alone. So then you want to consider partnerships. If you're not married, start envisioning who that could be. The co-builder who amplifies your empire. You might romanticize the bachelor or bachelorette life as freedom, but hear this wisdom. Having someone you love, trust, and align with is the ultimate life hack, often overlooked in the noise of solo hustle. It's like doubling your horsepower in the race of abundance. Nurture this relationship as fiercely as your finances, communication, shared vision, mutual growth, and yes, plan for family and strategic foresight to protect you both, building a legacy shield. And listen, you don't have to take my word for it. The numbers speak volumes. 86% of millionaires are married, with most still in their first union, according to studies like the U.S. Trust Report. This isn't coincidence, it's compound interest on emotional and financial capital. Focus sharpens when you're building for more than just you. And if you are already married, then you and your spouse can watch this together and commit to this financial change that you want to make for yourselves. And last of the 3 steps is legacy. Gaze beyond the horizon of your own desires. How do you want to be remembered? And who will you lift along the way? Wealth isn't a selfish hoard, it's a river that flows, nourishing generation to generation. Think not just of the fun and peace and freedom of your fortune brings you, but the ripple effect. The lives transformed because you chose stewardship over squander. Mentor the young, fund the dreamers, found institutions that outlast you. As Solomon wisely decreed, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, but I think an even better man teaches his children how to keep the wealth. Make your wealth a force for good, a testament to the unbreakable spirit that broke poverty's chain. This is your call to greatness. Step into it and watch your empire rise. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate your support. Please hit like and subscribe and the notification bell for a channel that wants to help you grow. It does help us grow, but your involvement is part of that, and I want to see you grow alongside with this channel, and hopefully I'll get to meet you in the near future. Keep watching. Talk soon. Now let's cover these principles to cement the idea of how to build wealth within you. Principle 1. Diligence versus laziness. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. I see lazy people who stay broke while hard workers rise, but what does diligence actually mean, like in a normal person's daily life, even when they're tired, distracted, and feel like doing nothing? If you are that person and truly feel this way, you must decide what is more important to you. Staying where you are and sleeping in, partying at all time of hours, and then in 5 to 10 years, being in the same place or worse off. Or be able to do what you want and need when you need to do them. Watch and listen carefully. I knew two men who both grew up together. They went to the same school, ate the same food, and came from the same class of families. When they got older, after work, one would go and drink, watch sports shows. The other would go and read a book. Eventually, the one watching sports shows would buy great tickets to a game, travel year-round. The other would then start to build their business and take trips to conferences to advance their insight into business. What do you think was the outcome of each one of these men in their later years? This is where the pattern makes the man. The first man, who spent his evenings drinking, watching sports, and indulging in immediate pleasures, ended up trapped in a cycle of short-term highs and long-term stagnation. He enjoyed those games, tickets, trips for a season, but without investing in himself, his growth, skill building, or disciplined habits, his finances, health, and opportunities dwindled. By midlife, he was in the same job, or worse, he was struggling with debt from those year-round travels, which were just fleeting escapes. Regretting lost time and wondering why he never arrived. Poverty isn't just about money. It's spiritual, it's emotional, it's relational emptiness too. He stayed comfortable. Therefore, he never became free. The second man, the one who chose books, business building, and conferences, he in his own right became a self-made success. His diligence turned knowledge into action, starting small ventures, networking at those events, and compounding his insights into real wealth and influence. By now, he's running a thriving business, enjoying true freedom, not just trips, but purpose-driven ones, and passing on the legacy to his family. He pulled the trigger on growth, breaking any handed-down habits of mediocrity, and reaped abundance, proving, Deuteronomy, it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth. In the end, the game isn't luck, it's choices. The diligent man rules his life. The slothful one ends in forced labor. Principle 2, wisdom and planning versus hasty decisions. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. What does slow and steady planning actually look like for someone starting from zero? How do you make a plan when you don't even know where to begin? If that is you and you don't know where to start and don't want to make any hasty decisions, my advice would be to seek wisdom and knowledge first. Read books, listen to wise men and women. Don't lead on your own understanding, but if you are daring, pray to God for wisdom. Next, a couple options you could do is sit under a business owner or entrepreneur. While there, take note of how they run their business, how they function, what mental breakthroughs they have had that may assist you, and see how these would apply to you as you process how to build. And before you pursue whichever venture that is, be sure to seek the wisdom and advice of ones who have pursued successfully in that same venture. Principle 3, integrity and generosity versus dishonesty and greed. The Lord detests dishonest scales, but accurate weights find favor with him. One person gives freely, yet gains even more. Another withholds unduly, but comes to poverty. A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. How does a normal person in business live with honest scales and generous hands without going broke first? You see, the first problem with someone who is greedy and dishonest is that they rob from themselves first. If a man is dishonest when word gets out that a man can't be trusted, that he overcharges, underdelivers, or hides the truth, customers eventually vanish. Word spread fast in the marketplace. Potential buyers hear about the betrayal and go elsewhere. But when you provide a good service in a reasonable and fair price, and when you keep your promise, provide a good product, you are then doing a good deed for all the community. People trust you. They come back. They tell others you're worthy of the profit because you earned it honestly. This habit trains you to steward wealth well. Instead of wasting it hastily on fleeting things, greed shrinks, generosity multiplies. So serve honestly, give first, and watch real abundance stick. These are the principles in action you see seen in scripture and in boardrooms alike. They practice this very principle even today and swear by it. Principle 4, fear of the Lord versus self-reliance. Humility and the fear of the Lord brings wealth and honor in life. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. To have the fear of the Lord is to have reverence and understanding that we are all on borrowed time and land. Everything a man or woman gathers or gains in this world is only theirs for a short and brief moment. When we accept this, we can then understand that all they gain is the opportunity for stewardship. And if a person lives this way, then they also know that they can lose all that they possess. And that in itself is wisdom. Because what is a man who has money without a life? He is nothing, and his money will go to whoever is left behind. So don't be anxious for what can be given and taken away, but instead find joy and gratefulness for the great opportunity it is to steward such wealth. Principle 5, generosity and first fruits. Give first, receive more. Honor the Lord with your wealth. With the first fruits, then your barns will be filled. I'll tell you a story. One day a man had made up in his mind that he was going to buy his first house. He had no idea how to buy a house or even how to save money. He found other wise men who suggested that in order to save properly, he should tithe the first 10%. He then was led to learn what a budget was and wrote down all his outgoing spending and realized he could cut down a few things. He then implemented the tithing. And guess what? As he saved what he could, he received an increase here and there that seemed out of the blue. He saved up for his house in record time and believes that without this principle of tithing the first 10%, he doesn't know if the increase would have come any other way. And here's the universal key that keeps wealth growing. After profit comes in, you retain your wealth by giving 10% or more to either your local church or charity of some kind. This isn't just religious, it's a proven principle even the world's sharpest minds swear by. You can even find great men, like many billionaires and millionaires, like the John D. Rockefeller, America's first billionaire. He tithed 10% from his very first paycheck, $1.50 a week, all the way to his millions. He said he never could have tithed his first million if he hadn't started small. He gave away over 500 million, which would be billions today, and built an empire that lasted generations. Warren Buffett and Bill Gates co-founded the Giving Pledge with over 250 billionaires, including Mark Zuckerberg, Mackenzie Scott, Michael Bloomberg, promising to give away most of their wealth. Buffett has already donated over $64 billion, calling generosity the ultimate compound interest. Even David Green, the founder of Hobby Lobby, credits tithing for his success, saying, "God blesses the rest when you give the first." It goes without saying that the bonus of wisdom here is in the details. By following these practices and methods, it makes for the person who grows their profit to steward their wealth well, instead of being wasteful or hasty. So lock in, because your current situation does not have to be your future situation. So hit subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can keep growing in every facet of your life. Until next time, guys, blessings.